Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to Cosmodore is back again, and it is somehow worse than the last time I covered him. This is the third video I've done on this guy, and hopefully this is the end of the trilogy, but somehow I just get the feeling that won't happen, but oh well. Anyways, in case you didn't know, the whole Cosmo situation can basically be summed up as follows. Cosmodore is a 21-year-old YouTuber who was exposed a while back for quote-unquote dating. I say quote-unquote because it really wasn't a relationship, it was extremely toxic, but anyways. A 14-year-old while he was 19. He was extremely abusive and exchanged Rule 34 images, and, after this came out, Cosmo tried to defend himself by pulling a bunch of excuses out of his ass, including the fact that the age of consent in Germany, where he is 14, just completely disregarding the fact that the victim wasn't German. They were in an area where the age is 18, and also the international law is 18 as well, plus the fact that even if it was legal for some reason, it's still messed up. It's still not a good thing. He tried to excuse and manipulate and downplay his way out of it, and even though he did get some support initially, it rapidly dwindled, and he did kind of fall out of the public eye for a little bit, landing us to where we are today. If you want to learn more about the whole lore of this situation in depth, you can check out my previous two videos, which I will link in the description down below, but monstrously long intro out of the way, let's actually get into the more recent situation.
Alright, whenever you're ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Alright, so now that I've gotten the exposition out of the way, let's get into what the recent goings-on have been. Cosmodore had tried to rebrand a bit, changing his YouTube channel name and his profile picture, with his latest video just being a 5-second clip posted 2 weeks ago called "So I Found My Old Hard Drive," and you can probably guess what joke I'm about to make, but I really can't be asked to watch the entire video, so I'll just leave it at that. What's interesting, however, is the most recent community post he made, where he basically just confesses to grooming another minor. That's right, he himself confessed to it, not the victim, not an anonymous account, not some, third party, not anyone else. These words are from this man's own community tab. The details are extremely sparse, with the most he said being the victim is underage, and it did get, quote, explicitly sexual, but, again, I can't exactly doubt this validity because this is literally straight from Cosmo's own community tab, and there's no reason for him to make this kind of stuff up, especially after he made like 2 30-minute videos defending himself and using extremely disingenuous and ridiculous methods to do so. But after all that, just seeing him open up and spill about a situation that he made public himself, I don't know, just something about that is extremely strange to me. Maybe it's because I've spent so long in this hell simulator called the internet that I just can't believe people like him might actually care about people other than themselves, but something just does feel amiss here. Either way, I have no proof to say that this was like a hacking, that he's lying for some strange reason, or really any other reason as to why it might not be Cosmo himself posting this, so I'll treat this like it is coming directly from the man himself. Just take all this as like speculation, because it is speculation. I was just really thinking aloud there, but anyways, let's take a look at this long-ass confession post.
I just got up and walked to the door, and I saw it.
So I won't be reading this all at once because it is rather long, so I'll just kind of intersperse my commentary in between the paragraph breaks. It begins as follows. Hey everyone, I hope you're well. I'm sorry to reach out to you all under such circumstances, but I'm trying to make it a point to be as honest and upfront with you all as possible, and I don't want to make myself seem like a better person than I am. I take no pride in what happened last year, and I was genuinely hoping that this would be a wake-up call for me to not do anything reckless like that again, to set healthy boundaries between myself and my audience and focus on what I said I would be doing, getting better. But unfortunately, for as much as I wanted to make myself believe that I was stable and had it all figured out, I was really just lying to myself because I prioritized having a platform over everything else. The bit at the part "I take no pride in what happened last year" specifically rubs me the wrong way, considering that this was what his Twitter looked like before it got deleted, minus the really fucking questionable Among Us theme he seemed to have going on there. His bio was somehow even worse, reading level 21, pair, proud groomer, love is love, actively grooming 1. And a quick little mini lesson here, pair was an acronym that was allegedly being used by, the map community, although none of them actually seemed to use it except Cosmo here, but anyways, back on topic. This Twitter bio doesn't exactly scream "I take no pride in what happened last year," because while the entire thing does look wildly satire, I feel like it's still a pretty inappropriate thing to have, in your Twitter bio when you literally yourself admitted to sending inappropriate images, stalking, and being romantically involved with a literal 14-year-old when you were the age of 19. Like, there was an actual victim involved, and this is the type of shit you choose to put in your Twitter bio. This is the layout you want after you have admitted to victimizing like a literal child, and then to, in a post where you admit to grooming another child, say that you took no pride in what happened. It's just so disingenuous, and we're literally only in the first paragraph. Anyways, continuing on with this. Not to get into specifics here out of respect for the other person, but something happened with someone underage recently that very much made me relapse, and is basically a repeat of what happened a few years ago, except that it got explicitly sexual this time. I thought I was smarter than this, I really did, but I clearly need a lot more time to reflect on the power dynamics that are in place between creators and their viewers, and that this is a pattern that can't just be broken within a matter of the few months. It's a learned behavior that I continued to be in denial about in spite of everything that happened, and I know that if this keeps going on, more people are going to get hurt. The only responsible thing for me to do at the time is to remove my presence on the internet for the time being, continue to go to therapy, and find out why I keep falling into these self-destructive cycles, and how to stop them for my sake and the people around me. This is bigger than a YouTube channel, I need to stop clinging on to the past. See, this is exactly why everyone who is making videos on you were telling you to just get off the internet, like log off, delete your accounts, just go. It's really obvious that there's some serious problems going on with you, and to continue to put yourself in a place where you knew you could hurt others, to put out a video downplaying the entire situation and continuing to manipulate your audience was the worst possible choice that you could have ever made in that situation. It's not just a power dynamic, Cosmo, it's a fact that you literally have no self-control or restraint and are a danger to minors. Even if you didn't have a platform, I have no doubt in my mind that this would still be happening with you. We've been telling you that for months, and it just rubs me the wrong way how he's declaring this as if it's a conclusion that he came to all on his own, as if he didn't have so many other people just screaming at him to do it so many months before anything else happened. The real responsible thing would have been for you to have left YouTube, social media, and the internet altogether the moment you hurt somebody and realized that. There was no excuse for you to, keep lingering as long as you did with 30-minute videos trying to justify your actions and push blame onto the victim. I completely agree, you need to get offline for as long as possible, preferably forever, although I highly, highly doubt that'll actually happen. The fact that he prioritized having a big YouTube channel and a big audience over the well-being of those he came into contact with for so long enough for him to accrue another victim, is extremely telling about what kind of person it is, especially since he was like, oh boy, I'm so sorry, I regret my actions. Like, no, you just wanted fame and money, that's really it. I'm sorry for disappointing you all with all of this. I'm sorry if you feel lied to or betrayed, and I know I don't earn your trust after this. I don't know if this will change with time, but either way, I am not going to upload anything onto this channel in the foreseeable future. While I appreciate the concern, please don't try to reach out to me or anyone else involved with me, past and present. There are no excuses for this, and I need to stop defending my actions because it's just going to normalize them not only to myself but to you as well, and that is incredibly irresponsible of me. If the person affected wishes for me to clarify on what happened, I will edit this post to reflect that information. This is goodbye for now. Thank you for your support over the last few years. It will not go unappreciated. I mean, after what happened with the first victim, I would be genuinely shocked if anyone who knew about the situation still trusted you after that. Hence why I'm so reluctant to believe that he'll actually leave the internet altogether and not just try to slip past under a new name and or persona. I am particularly taking note of how he says that he'll just stop uploading onto this channel for the foreseeable future, but maybe that's just me nitpicking, but either way, I wouldn't trust this guy as far as I can throw him, which is not very far considering I have very weak little arms. And after this guy spent so long trying to justify his actions, push blame onto the victim, downplay the situation by purposely omitting very important details, claim sending porn to a minor wasn't sexual, stalked their social media, and then try to pass off literal abuse as like ooh first relationship issues, I hope you can understand why I don't 100% feel like giving him the benefit of the doubt when he's going to say he's going to do something, especially because, again, he has shown himself to not be the most trustworthy person. Overall, this whole thing has just kind of left me very confused. Why did he confess to this completely unprompted? Was it genuinely just a sudden, out-of-the-blue change of heart? Was he hacked? Why did he delete his Twitter? I, for one, struggled to find it believable that this was some kind of grand gesture of redemption because I genuinely just have no hope for these kinds of people, especially after those disastrous quote-unquote apology videos. But, if by some miracle this is some kind of Disney-type turnaround, I would be happy to never have to see Cosmodore online again in any way, shape, or form, and that goes for all predators. Hopefully, his victims can find peace, and for the sake of everyone around him, he can become a better person. But if that's not the case, and he just hops back on under a different name and face, hopefully that gets found out before any more damage can be done. However, if this is true, and he's genuinely trying to make an effort to better himself, and he is, talking to a therapist, getting therapy, they recommended doing this, I don't know how therapy works, maybe they don't do that, but anyways, if that actually is what's happening, I do have to give him some props for, I guess coming clean about this, taking a break if that's what he's doing, and I'm giving him, all of my benefits lot of my doubts because, again, I don't trust anyone like this. Hopefully you can understand why, because, you know, they're kind of disgusting people. But anyways, all in all, I just want from the situation people to not get hurt anymore. That's just generally what I want the outcome of this to be. But anyways, yeah, that's about it for my thoughts on the situation, and I'll be wrapping up the video now. So yeah, those were my thoughts on this whole mess. If you want to hear my thoughts on various other messes, be sure to check out the rest of my channel too, because, you know, I make a lot of videos like this. If you also care to check out the art I make, including whatever speed paint I choose to put in the background of this video, chances are I've already, you know, uploaded it to my social media, so be sure to follow those, all of them listed down below. And I would also appreciate it if you could drop a sub if you enjoyed, seeing as I am trying to reach 70k by the end of the year, and it would be super epic if you guys could help me reach that. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.